subpoenaed him, and he decided that it would be a good time for him to get some treatment so he doesn't have to be subpoenaed. Well, if he's gone for an extended, like, is he gone for like a set time, 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
That's what he says. Now, I don't know. Some people say if you're going to agree to a continuance, maybe you should get his passport.
I think that's a great idea.
We're going to deal with his lawyer in a professional way, and you know there is some accommodation with his lawyer, but I also need to know what's going on, and I need to know if there's some problems with other people who are city employees who need our help. There's two roles that I have as a city attorney and my lawyers who are working on the case, to defend the city, but also to figure out if there are other issues with other employees, because we want to know that so we can help them.
What do you mean issues, like that he's been sexually harassing other?
Yeah.
And people,
I try not to say that, but that's
But that's true,
yeah.
And let me tell you, as long as this guy stays in office, women are victimized. They're being disrespected by him just even being able to stay there in place and lead the city. It's just dirt, and it's poison to the city.
Well, we're tightening around him.
Good.
We've cut off any defense costs. We've made it clear we're going to make him personally responsible. We subpoenaed him. We're talking with all the people around him, and if they won't cooperate with us, we will subpoena them too. We're getting all the documentation. We also know that there are other investigations going on. We are aware of what is happening there, but not just generally. They're not going to give us all the details. But there are a lot of things going on with regard to Bob Filner. He is not a careful person. He's smart. And it really is tragic all around, because he's a very smart man. He's got some deep-seated problems that have brought him to this. It brought him to not only the harassment, but other areas where he's made huge mistakes.
I just don't know how he could get voted in when he had this reputation. How did we do this? How did we?
We didn't. I didn't.
I didn't either, but we as a city did.
I hope we learned to be really careful. We've created this strong mayor form of government. Be careful what you ask for. Strong mayors can be good mayors, and there's not so necessarily good mayors. Maybe we rethink that a little bit, but in the meantime, I think it's really important to get more than the superficial view of candidates. Get deep into who are these people that you're electing. Character, personal. It really makes a difference. I've been in public office in one way or another since around 1988. I've seen all kinds of people. I've seen really good people. I've seen the people in the legislature who just seem to go there just to eat because they went to every event. Some who are like this with lobbyists but there's some are. But then I also saw some really good legislators who I learned a lot from. The public doesn't see that, but somehow you got to get the indication who is good.
There's got to be a system in place to figure it out. Now you were a mayor of Poway, so you kind of know firsthand, the power that's involved in that status.
Well, something.
Use it for good or use it for bad.
Poway's a city that works. It worked then.
Yeah.
We had a great city manager. I had 4 council members and me. I was a strong mayor when I had 3 votes. I learned to count to 3. I loved every minute of being mayor of the city of Poway. It's small. I think San Diego's a bit bigger than it needs to be. It's more complicated than it needs to be. And I think our system of governments is not as transparent as it should be. But we also when you're a big city, you got to give extra attention as to who you elect. And the job of mayor is somebody who's supposed to know how to manage people really well. This guy does not, I'll tell you that. Has to be somebody who can work with people. He can't. It needs to be somebody with a vision and leadership, but the ability to make it happen. And obviously he doesn't have that either. So when the next time around, we need to look really carefully.
I agree. Number one, if he doesn't respect women, and it's not just women. I mean, he just has crossed his boundaries.
Well, he didn't respect me.
Yeah.
I'll join the crowd there.
Yeah. We don't want a guy like that.
Not that we're better than that. But look, we're going to learn from our mistakes. We're going to move on. The city is in pretty darn good fiscal health. We've taken care of a lot of our pension problem. We are San Diego. We've got a lot of great things going on. this is embarrassing to us.
Yeah.
And I've been here since 1973, and the one thing that San Diego can't stand is to be embarrassed nationally.
Right.
Because we've always had this complex. Los Angeles is big above us, and we want to always have our identity and be important
we're
to
clean, and we have quality
yes.
of life here,
Yes.
and we should be proud of where we are, and we need to extract this guy and get back in the game and be
We'll be
better
ba-
than ever.
We're going to be back. And I was trying to explain this to a reporter today from the Wall Street Journal. And
Wall Street Journal, fantastic.
that, you know, look at our balance sheet. They were,
Yeah.
I mean, she was interested in that. And I said, look, we're a city that can work. We're in through a little rough times right now. That happens sometimes to the best of cities. But we're no Detroit. We're no Los Angeles, where they have huge fiscal problems. We're not New York. We can function. We have an ability to function. We have a solid city council. The council president, Todd Gloria, is solid. Right now, the mayor is dysfunctional, but Walt Eckert is our chief operating officer, and he had retired from the county. He was really good. He's a solid manager, and I'm happy he's there because he's helping us on a day-to-day basis. This is the first time we've actually been consulted on things, so we're actually seeing improvement.
Good.
But you're right. The face of San Diego cannot be Bob Filner, and he's going to have to come to that conclusion. But having dealt with him for 8 months, the only way he'll come to that conclusion if he sees it in his best interest.
Right.
And we are going to play hardball with him.
He's probably going to want money, you know it. Where are the labor unions? I mean, I really feel like he got voted in because the labor unions backed him. Where are they right now? Are they asking him to get out? Are they supporting him?
I don't know, but I do know our employees. We have over 9,000 employees, and their morale needs a boost. They're hurting.
Yeah.
The employees in our city, we have a lot of good employees. I'm not going to talk about the labor union management because I don't know what they're doing, but I do know our employees want this resolved. Their morale is
and
not
it's
good.
their job to protect those employees. They wanted Filner in. They need to step in and support their employees now because it's like a cancer, and the disease is spreading. Not with more, sexual harassment per se, but it's hurting everybody, and it's
Right.
They don't feel safe. Nobody feels safe with this guy as mayor.
Well, early February, I saw problems, obviously, but I didn't see the sexual harassment. I had heard the rumors of it, but in fact, I had some reporters from call our office if we knew anything when we went back and said, "Do you know anything?" But it's just rumors. But we did see the abuse, very, throwing things, yelling, calling unprofessional, and stuff that I don't want my lawyers to put up with, and particularly aimed at women. And so I gave a directive in our office that you're not going to meet with him alone.
You really? When did you put
That was
in
in
place?
early February.
Early February,
Yeah.
before these allegations.
Well,
came up.
we've had a problem.
Yeah.
It started on January 2nd, the first meeting I had with him.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, how'd that go?
Well, I sat down, and the first question was, "Who do you think you are, God?"
He said that to you?
Yeah.
He's the one acting like it. He's the one acting like it.
It's about power, and this has
Yeah.
been. I've discussed this publicly. The problem. It was the first meeting we had, and I brought another lawyer along to give a presentation on something, and it was we never got to the presentation. It was, I don't have to tell you what I'm doing. You're just a lawyer, and I can ignore what you say, and blah blah blah. The power
my.
stuff. And by the way, I don't want anything in writing. So that was the problem, and that was a genesis of the so-called feud you've heard about.
Yeah.
Us trying to be lawyers, trying to get to know what they're doing before the fact, so maybe we can guide them so it's not illegal, and then treating people civilly. And that's been an eight-month ordeal, and my lawyers have put up with a lot. And
I bet everybody feels a little abused over there. Beat up.
well, we're professionals, and I'm proud that we stood firm, that we didn't just cave in and say yes, 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 or walk away, go away and not do anything. But our lawyers, I'm very proud of them. The presentation from one of our lawyers was given, and he got her into tears. And I went out in the hallway and told her how great a job she did, because she did. It was one of those situations where we had to cover the city for something that he had done wrong, and she came up with a solution, presented it, and implemented it, and saved the city a lot. And very, very good lawyer. But you don't, why would you tax somebody like that? It's mind-boggling.
Power, 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 power. In closing, we need to boost the morale out there to the San Diego. Give our viewers a message, your message.
Oh, look, I've been an attorney for 37 years. I've seen clients in much worse condition. I've been involved as a judge in hearing criminal cases for half my time, and then civil cases, disputes. 90% of them are worse than what we have here.
But he's our mayor.
But he's our mayor. It's terribly embarrassing.
Yeah.
It's debilitating for the city right now. But the silver lining is, number one, it's going to end, in my view. Number two, we have in place a city council that acted unanimously to be firm. And number three, we have some people involved in the city like Walt Eckert who will keep things afloat, and we're not going to just go under. And finally, we have a city that is in pretty good financial condition compared to a lot of others, and can work. And we have our weather.
And we have our weather. We have good people.
And we have our Padres. And the Charger season starts.
Yeah.
And come on, life will go on, and the beaches are going to be there. So we've got a lot going for us. I'll take us over New York and Detroit and Los Angeles anytime. We're going through tough times. We're going to be fine for it.
And you're going to help us get over this.
I'll do my very best, and I think
you know
we
what?
can.
I have complete trust in you. Thank
you.
you for taking care of us.